Part of Fort Benning's mission is to train soldiers, but in order to do so, equipment and ranges need to work properly. Well, there's a pesky problem animal on Fort Benning that makes that difficult when they destroy what Fort Benning is trying to build. Fort Benning consists of neighborhoods, training areas, and a vast, dense forest. In that forest lurks creatures that wreak havoc on buildings, ranges, and the forest itself. It's called a wild hog.
Hogs are absolutely a nuisance on Fort Benning. They're always at our park and picnic areas, rooting, not during the day when people are there, but they're all over the place. I've actually heard people say that they're in their backyards as well. So while a couple years ago we did have an eradication program, eradication is never going to be the case. You simply cannot get rid of a species, so it's more of a control.
But they rack up quite the bill when they damage training areas.
They also do destruction to agricultural areas and infrastructure like ranges. They'll dig up targetry wires.
A hog is one of the more intelligent animals on Fort Benning, so the conservation branch needs to find several ways of controlling the population.
We try to make hunting as open as we can, and then internally we do a lot of trapping in high sensitive areas.
The traps consist of ropes, gates, and of course, corn.
We like to use what we call a root trigger because we actually dig a hole in the ground and wedge a stick in it, and then we put bait in it, and then we scatter a corn out because the whole idea, we want to get the whole sounder in this trap.
Now remember, these hogs are not like Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. A wild pig will bite you if you get too close.
The only time you're going to have a pig that will attack you is if it's cornered and feels threatened. And then it's going to, come at you if it has no other option.
Hog numbers range in the thousands on Fort Benning, but why?
Fort Benning has a lot of areas that you can't access. We have 3 large impact areas, and so those are breeding grounds, kind of sanctuaries for pigs.
Sanctuaries for pigs? Sounds like it's time to crank up the hog hunting on Fort Benning.
There's no limit to the number of hogs that you can harvest each year. Really all you need to have is your licenses, make sure that you're calling in to the right areas and that they're open. But no tags or anything like that. You can take as many as you want.
Who would have thought that a hog could disrupt Fort Benning's mission? But hogs are a serious problem on Fort Benning, so if you have a taste for bacon, you know where to find them.